This is the world's largest collection of luxury cars, owned by the 29th Sultan of Brunei. Talk about a futuristic car collection. The Sultan of Brunei owns a sleek Ferrari F40, which is one of the 1,300 models ever produced. But how much do you think this beauty cost him? This vehicle cost him a whopping sum of $400,000. But when high-profile personalities such as the Sultan himself decided to order even more of this luxury car, Ferrari decided, why sell one car for thousands when you could sell for millions? But this didn't stop the Sultan or his endless love and pursuit for the Ferrari F40, as he dropped millions of expensive dollars on not one or two or, believe me, you don't want to know how many, but I'll give you a tip. The Sultan got just enough to start his own private collection of Ferrari F40s. But why stop at one when you can own others? Those were the exact thoughts of the Sultan when he decided to purchase a Ferrari F50 model, which has an incredible top speed of 201 miles per hour. And what's more, this superb car cost him an insane sum of $480,000. Ferrari must have enjoyed the fierce battle for the F50, considering that many powerful and influential multi-billionaires struggled to get their hands on one of the 349 units of these cars that entered production. Surely you didn't think that the Sultan would stop at getting one of his favorite luxury cars for just six figures. What's a Ferrari F50 when you can get an even better and more exclusive Ferrari 456 GT Venice, which cost the Sultan a mind-boggling sum of $1.5 million. Oh, and we forgot to mention, only 7 of these cars were produced. But that's not all of the Sultan's Ferrari bin shopping adventures. Would you believe that the Sultan owns more than 450 Ferraris? Dear goddess of luxury cars, some of us don't even own one. And I bet you're dying to know more about the Sultan of Brunei's car-buying expenditures. Why don't you pump up that like button and we'll get the gist even juicier. And of course, we've got a sweet treat to make the long-awaited wait worth it, if 15 seconds counts, of course. Would you believe that the Sultan owns over 7,000 luxury cars? And let's not forget that most of these are fully customized, gold-plated cars that he spent God only knows how many millions on just remodeling. But considering that he owns over 7,000 cars, I'm willing to bet my entire fortune, which is about half the size of an ant in comparison to the Sultan's gigantically large car collection, that the Sultan definitely spent billions of dollars on his car customizations. While we're not so sure about exactly how much the Sultan spends on his car customizations, we're pretty sure about how much he has spent on his entire car collection, which comes in at, get this, a super insane sum of $5 billion. What a jaw-dropper! Isn't that more than the GDP of Gambia and Sierra Leone combined? Now I know we're all very stunned by the Sultan's mind-blowing $5 billion collection, but I'd like to apologize for taking your shock levels to an all-time high, as I reveal that the Sultan is extremely private about his car purchases. So his entire car collection might just cross the $5 billion threshold. Did you think the world's biggest car enthusiast would miss out on a Lamborghini? Then you've got him wrongly figured out. The Sultan is one of the 791 lucky owners of a classic Lamborghini Urraco. But contrary to his usually expensive tastes in gold cars, he decided to get a gray Urraco. The Sultan guards this car so jealously that he allows no images of this classic beast to leak to the press. But I wouldn't be surprised that the Sultan guards his cars so jealously. Approximately 7,000 cars? The fact that he's been able to guard his vast car collection against thieves should definitely earn him another spot in the Guinness Book of Records. If you thought the Lamborghini Urraco was quite an exclusive purchase, then you'll be even more surprised to hear that the Sultan also added a diabolical Lamborghini Diablo to his sinister car collection. This speeding beast has an incredible top speed of 202 miles per hour. But alas, the Lamborghini Diablo wasn't enough to quench the Sultan's insatiable thirst for speed. as he became the first person in the world to own the legendary Koenigsegg CCXR, which has an amazing top speed of 250 miles per hour. Take a wild guess at how much this incredible speedster cost him. The Koenigsegg CCXR cost the Sultan a jaw-dropping sum of $1.3 million. At this rate, I might just collapse with dizziness from all these figures. Want to take a wild guess at what's even more diabolical about the Sultan of Brunei? It's the fact that he gets a single haircut for a heart-stopping sum of $20,000. If your heart stopped for a minute back there, you might want to brace yourself for a second, because you'll be surprised to hear that he even flies a barber out from Dorchester Hotel in London to cut his hair. Oh, and don't be too shocked, because he also owns the hotel. Did you think Mike Tyson was either crazy or brave for living with 2 Bengal tigers? Well, here's the big shocker. The Sultan has his own private collection of 30 Bengal tigers. The cost of constructing a private zoo is nothing to the Sultan, especially when you can afford to drop $70 million on a tiny but heart-touching piece of painting. But just how rich is the Sultan, and how can he afford all these purchases? The Sultan was formerly the richest man in the world before losing this title to Bill Gates. But enough with all this boring talk, and let's get back to the Sultan's insanely expensive car collection. The Sultan's Fast and Furious car collection wouldn't be complete without the legendary LeBlanc Mirabeau, and the good thing is, this car is road legal. She looks like a gorgeous beauty that seems like the stuff of dreams, doesn't she? If only wishes were cars, the Mirabeau would just be affordable enough at a quarter of her ultra-expensive price, which adds up to an insane sum of $765,000. But why stoop for a LeBlanc when you can get the Aston Martin V8 Vantage Special Series 2? And that's exactly what the Sultan did. But y'all remember when G-Eazy revealed that wine tastes sweeter on a private jet, right? Because wine definitely tastes sweeter in the Aston Martin V8 Vantage, especially when you're one of the 3 lucky owners of this luxury car. Feeling green with envy about the Sultan's mind-blowing collection of over 7,000 cars? Then wait till you hear that he has the legendary McLaren F1. Now, if that isn't putting the cherry on the cake, I don't know what is. Would you believe that only 106 models of this vehicle were modeled between 1992 and 1998, and each unit cost between $800,000 to $1 million? But if I were McLaren, I would definitely place the price on the $1 million mark for a super exclusive buyer such as the Sultan. Of course, the car would be very much deserved, considering that the McLaren F1 currently holds the title of the fastest aspirated car in the world. For a car lover with such an expensive taste, which car brand do you think is his favorite, and how much do you think he is willing to spend on them? The Sultan is the world's largest collector of Rolls-Royce, with over 600 of these cars in his collection. And you want to know what's shocking? It's the fact that almost half of all the Rolls-Royce sold in the 90s belong to the Sultan and his family. A couple of 7-figure cars don't speak well enough of the Sultan and his affluence. Because seriously though, why get a $1 million car when you can get a multi-million-dollar car? And that's exactly what he did as he went on to purchase a Phantom II Continental, which sold at an auction for a freakishly expensive price of $14 million. This purchase was so sensational that it even got a place in the Guinness Book of Records as the most expensive sale at an auction. But the Sultan didn't stop at this, as he went on to purchase a Rolls-Royce Silver Spur 2 stretch limousine. And what's a better way to celebrate such a golden celebration than riding in a golden car? The Sultan decided to get some super expensive customizations, such as plating the limousine with 24-karat gold. And by the time he was done with his customizations, this golden car cost him a whopping sum of $14 million. And while we would enjoy showing you every single car in the Sultan's car collection, time waits for no gist lover. Curious to hear more about the luxurious lifestyle of your favorite celebrities? Why don't you click the subscribe button, and we'll see you there. And don't forget to click the bell button for instant notifications on the most extravagant purchases made by the truly rich. Have a great day, and thank you all so much for watching this video.
You gotta focus on yourself, on your faith, on your dreams, on your mind, on your health, yeah.